Okay.
Robots.txt, basically the name itself says something related to robots, automation. Okay. Robots.txt file, how we can define is robots.txt file is a method used to pass conditions and enforce control of how a search engine functions in a website. This file is simple to create but has a great and dangerous effects if not used the right way. If you don't know how to use this, then we are lost completely. You are getting a point, right? This is like a knife with a two-sided end. It can hurt you at any point in time, but if you don't use it the right way, okay. So this is very important. Okay, I get another request from a gentleman, and I think is that you. That's great. Okay, so the search engine function is controlled by robots.txt file. Okay, only when this robots.txt file is allowed or it allows a search engine spider, any search engine spider can check the content inside the website. So to let you know directly, whenever a search engine spider wants to access a website, correct? Whenever a search engine spider wants to access a website, it will look for the availability of a robots.txt file. If the file is available and it allows the crawling of the website, then the search engine spider can crawl and index the website based on the conditions defined in the file. If the robots.txt file is not available, then by default the search engine spider will crawl and index the website. Now there are two situations we have. Okay, whenever the search engine spider wants to access, the search engine spider wants to access a website, okay, it will look for the availability of robots.txt file, whether is there a robots.txt file available for this website. If yes, it will proceed. And if the robots.txt file allows the search engine spider to crawl and index, the search engine spider will proceed for crawling indexing the whole website, right? If the search engine spider does not allow, then the crawling indexing process cannot happen. Okay, the website. Then the search engine spider can crawl and index the website based on the conditions defined in the file. So the robots.txt file may allow, it may not allow. It depends on the website owner's decision. Okay. Now, if it is not available, there is no problem for the search engine spider. If there is no robots.txt file, there is no condition mentioned. So by default, okay, it will scroll and index the content. Search engine spider has become a search engine is a spider. Oh, come on. Search engine spider will crawl and index the website. Now, do you think it is mandatory to have a robots.txt file in the sense? Remember, it is not mandatory to have a robots.txt file. If you are having a small website, you are not prone to, hacking or malicious injection. But if you are having a branded business, if you are having a huge website, okay, which reaches lots and lots of people a day, and obviously you need to protect your website from the attackers, hackers, and also restrict few crawlers that you need to do. So robots.txt file remains as a source or a place where the search engine the product owners can define some conditions that can be used for controlling the activity that the search engine spider does on your website. Basically, we call it as a robots.txt file. Okay. Now, there are few conditions for creating this robots.txt file. Number one, if you are not knowledgeable, don't use it. Correct? If you are not knowledgeable in using robots.txt file, don't use it. Okay. This is the best decision that one can take. Okay. Robots.txt file. Don't use it. The safest answer. If you are not comfortable, please don't use it. Okay. Number two, it is not mandatory also. It's optional. It's optional. Until otherwise, okay, there is a purpose for it. Okay. And the third one, if you are having a robots.txt file, it can be used for giving instruction to, okay, single instruction is applied for every search engine spider. Okay, single instruction is applied for every search engine spider. Search engine spider. Single instruction, Google, Yahoo, Bing, Yandex, DuckDuckGo, right? It is applicable for everybody. So you define it on your website, everybody follows. Okay. So when a website has a robots.txt file, it will go check it. If the robots.txt file allows the website such an inspirer to crawl an index, it will proceed. Otherwise, it will not crawl the website. So you can control the visibility of your website and the individual pages using the robots.txt file. Okay. So how does this actually work? Okay. Naming robots.txt file. How do you need to name the robots.txt file? Remember, okay, this file should be in text format only. The file format needs to be in text format only. Only text. Okay, no other format is expected. Only text. That is the reason it is called a txt file. It ends with the .txt file. This is the extension .txt. So your file should end only with .txt. Number one. Number two, the name for the file must be robots.txt only, which means the name should be robots only, nothing else. You shouldn't be renaming with any other terms. Like if you look into the sitemap file, you can have any name for your sitemap, you can have any extension for your sitemap, preferably the XML sitemap. But a robots.txt file should have the name robots only, and the extension should be .txt only. So whatever the website that you consider, whatever the website that you are looking into, that website, if it has a robots.txt file, it should be named as robots.txt only. No other choice. Any website should have robots.txt only at the end of their URL, for example. Okay, if I have a website, my website has https://www.amudhakumar.com. This is my domain name. /. If you want to check the robots.txt file of my website, after end of the domain name, I will type as robots.txt. Okay, robots.txt. Now what I need to do, I simply go open this website and hit enter. This is going to show me my robots.txt file, a file that is in text format. It talks about something like user agent, disallow, user agent, asterisk, allow, disallow, and I have also included a sitemap. Okay, I'll tell you why I have included a sitemap and what are the purpose of all of the reasons. Okay, now my website has a robots.txt file, so I can see this. Now, what if I go to a website like facebook.com? If I want to check the robots.txt file of facebook.com, after the domain name, I have to type it as robots.txt. Exactly robots.txt. They will have, and they have implemented lots of conditions. If you see here till the end, lots of conditions they have implemented. Okay, now we are going to learn about, okay, what are the purpose of this in a robots.txt file and how are we going to implement inside our website. Okay, now the commands in robots.txt file. What are the commands we have? Okay, I'm going to make it very simple, and I will try to make it very simple. Okay, the first command we have is called user agent. Okay, user agent, what does this mean? Okay, user agent, it is nothing but addressing the search engine spider, addressing the search engine spider. You know, you always address people with the different salutations. If you are having a public figure who is very young, very small, okay, we call them as you know, master. Okay, if you are having a movie star who is very small, young star, a female star is called as a baby. Like in movie industry we have, you know, baby Shalini, you know, we have baby Sarah. Okay, so there are people, you know, who are very famous. Okay, so we call them with their salutation, baby Sarah. Master, when you have a male artist who is very young, we call them as a master. So master Magendran or master Shahrukh, okay, whatever we call them. Okay, small kids. The same way we address people with salutation. Okay, doctors, we call them as a doctor, right? So doctor so and so, right? The same way professor so and so. So we salute people like that and we call them with respect. The same way when somebody says Mrs., which means he is married. When somebody says Miss, she is single. When somebody calls somebody as a Mister, he is a male, right? When we call somebody as a master, so he is a young boy. When we call somebody as a baby, she is a young girl, small girl, right? The same way, whenever we define user agent, which means that we are going to give this instruction to the search engine spider. Okay, number one. And we are going to use a symbol called asterisk here. This we call it as an asterisk, and this asterisk symbol, okay, is used in several places. Okay, this asterisk symbol is used in several places. Basically, okay, let me try to increase the font size of, okay, so this will help you. Okay, so I have something called asterisk here. Look at this one. Okay, asterisk. Now, in general, in computer technology, we call this asterisk as a wild card symbol. Wild card symbol. Okay, wild card symbol. We also call this one as a placeholder value. Placeholder value, which means whenever we represent with the value asterisk, we can replace any word there. That is what the meaning. Okay, you can replace any word. We have used this asterisk in doing a keyword research on Google. I'm sure you remember that. Okay, you go to Google and start searching something related to, you know, let me say, okay, okay, earbud. Okay, earbud. Okay, okay, let me try to do with earbuds. Now if you want to understand the terms that comes before earbud, what I can do, I can simply go over and put an asterisk button and hit enter. Okay, and I receive lots of information. If it is there, no, I have nothing. Okay, so I want to see some words in between ear and buds. Okay, let me give it a try. I put an asterisk symbol in between and I can give it a try. Earbuds, there is nothing else available. After that, I want to see about asterisk. See, words that comes after earbuds: earbuds wireless, earbuds Apple, earbuds Samsung, earbud Bluetooth Xiaomi, something like that. Okay, so this asterisk, I can replace any value. I can replace earbuds wireless, Apple, Samsung, or I can replace only earbuds star. Okay, now what I'm trying to understand is like the symbol of star or asterisk is called a wildcard symbol, or it is called the placeholder value, which means it is used to address all the values, or we can replace it. User agent colon. Okay, we can use asterisks. Okay, and the third command we are going to use is the allow colon, which means whenever this command is encountered, okay, will the spider is allowed to crawl. and index the website. This is allow colon. Okay, and one more command we are going to use is disallow colon, which means the search engine spider is not allowed to crawl. The search engine spider, okay, is not allowed to crawl. Now we can use this allow and disallow colon operations for a single URL or for the whole website. Okay, so this is basically okay robots.txt file commands. Okay, we might be using other commands also. We can use something like sitemap colon, where you will be adding the link for the sitemap. I'll tell you why we are adding the link for the sitemap here. Okay, in the robots.txt file. Okay, so we can add a sitemap, the link to the sitemap file. Okay, so this is how it is. So these are all the commands we are going to use inside robots.txt file. By using these commands inside robots.txt file, what are the things that we can do? Number one, we can stop whole website. Okay, whole website can be blocked from crawling and indexing by any spider. You have a website and you do not want to show your website in internet, but you want to have the website as private. Okay, nobody wants to show your advertisement, website, want to see your website. In that situation, what you can do, you can make sure that you block your website being accessed by any robots.txt file or any spider. Okay, I'll tell you how do you do that. Okay, whole website can be blocked from crawling and indexing by any spider. Number one. Number two, okay, we can block a category or specific page to be blocked by the spider. If you want to stop crawling and indexing a particular page on your website, yes, you can do this. Okay, you can completely allow the website to be crawled. You can completely block the website to be crawled. You can block a specific category also. Okay, we can also define conditions. Okay, we can also define conditions. We can also define conditions for each search engine spider. For each spider, for Yahoo, Bing, Yandex, DuckDuckGo, you can define a condition for each search engine spider. You can also add sitemap to your website via robots.txt file. Okay, so we have four options here. Okay, let us try to explore the option one after another. How do you block the whole website can be? Okay, how do you block the whole website from crawling and indexing? Okay, open a text file. Okay, we cannot I cannot show you with the text file, so simply consider that this document is a .txt file. Okay, open it. Okay, and start with this command. For example, whenever you want to address a particular search engine or all search engine, use this command as user hyphen agent colon a space user hyphen agent colon and put asterisk, which means, hey, remember, any search engine spider, I'm addressing this one to all the search engine spider. Let me say, if you want to address the conditions, whatever the conditions given at the below will be applicable for the search engine spider. Let me say I want to tell only to Google, then the Google will have its robot name like Google bot. So user hyphen agent colon, when I say Google bot, which means whatever the conditions I'm going to give at the bottom, it is applicable only for the Google bot, not for any other search engine spider. If I want to apply a condition only for Yahoo, I will make it as Yahoo bot. That is the name of the Yahoo spider. Now all the conditions given below is for Yahoo. If I want to implement a condition for Bing, I will name the Bing bot here. So user agent Bing bot. Okay, now what happens? The user agent the Bing bot says that these conditions given below is applicable only for Bing. Now, instead of giving the conditions for a separate search engine spider like Yahoo, Bing, Yandex, Facebook on different platform, if you put asterisk, which means the conditions given below are applicable for every search engine spider in the globe. Okay. Now, user hyphen agent asterisk. Okay. And if I type this allow colon and simply put a forward slash. Forward slash means home page. Okay, simply put a forward slash. This command will block your website from crawling and indexing by any spider in the world. Your content will not be crawled by any search engine spider. Okay, so this is for blocking the whole content. For allowing the website to be crawled by any website, very simple. Okay, the whole website can be allowed from crawling. Okay, allowed by any spider. Now that is done by defining user agent asterisk by defining a command allow instead of disallow. Now when the robots.txt file has this command user agent asterisk allow, which means any search engine spider is allowed to crawl any page inside the website. The next command says user agent colon asterisk disallow colon forward slash, which means the command says disallow. So whatever may be the search engine spider you are, whatever may be the search engine spider you are not allowed to crawl and index this page. Now this is the condition. Okay. Now we have other options also. We can block a category or specific page to be blocked by the spider. Very specific category of the page. Now this is the command to allow. Okay, so this is the command to allow. Now what happens? User hyphen agent asterisk allow colon forward slash. In this situation, every content is allowed to be indexed inside the search engine spider, but we need to block a specific page. So what we need to do? The next command we can say disallow colon. Okay, let me say I have a very specific URL like this. Okay, let me go to my website amudhakumar.com. Okay. Okay, so there are okay, even my website is at last. Okay, so amudhakumar.com. Now I select this URL, and this talks about the digital marketing course in Coimbatore. Okay, what I need to do? I want such an inspector to block this content. I copy this and I go here, and next to the disallow command, I will paste this URL, and I will remove this link, my home page, because by default this is applicable for the whole website. So what I will do? I will remove the domain name like this. Now I will put only the slug, which means the letter part of the domain name. Now what happens? My website is allowed to be crawled and indexed by any search engine spider in the world, but except this URL. So the first condition will allow the condition to be crawled and indexed, but the next condition will say don't allow. So only this URL will be blocked from crawling and indexing inside the search engine spider. Let me say if I have 10 to 15 URL that I need to block, I have to repeat this command. Okay, for example, disallow and put the next URL. Instead of Coimbatore, let me say Trichy. Okay, I will repeat this command. Okay, let me say instead of Coimbatore, let me go with Chennai. Now, what happens if my website has around 1000 URLs? All the 1000 will be crawled and indexed, but these three will be ignored. So this is what it means: a specific category or a product. Okay, I just need to paste the URL here. So this is the robots.txt file that we can use it. Okay, if I want to define the condition for every search engine spider, what I need to do? I start with like this: user hyphen agent colon, okay, asterisk, which means all the search engine spiders should follow the condition where I allow every search engine spider. So based on this condition, user agent asterisk allow, my content will be crawled and indexed by all the search engine spiders. But I'm going to define the specific condition for a specific search engine spider. Now again, I will start my user hyphen agent colon. Instead of putting asterisk, I will say very specific condition like Yahoo bot. Okay, and I will say Yahoo bot alone, you are not allowed. So disallow colon forward slash. Now these two conditions. The first condition user agent asterisk and allows every search engine spider, but the next condition says this is applicable only for Yahoo bot. So Yahoo alone you are not allowed. At the same time, you can disallow the condition for, let me say, Yandex bot. Yandex is a search engine used in Russia. So you do not want to show your content in Russia. So you can say something like user agent Yandex bot and say disallow. Now Yahoo bot is allowed, Yahoo bot is disallowed, Yandex bot is disallowed. Like this, if you want to disallow for any other bot also, you can go ahead and name this one. For example, Apple bot. Now what happens based on this condition? Any other search engine except Yahoo, Yandex, and Apple bot is allowed to crawl and index this website. Okay, so this is one option. And because we follow these options of crawling and indexing user agent with any search engine spider, okay, we have already discussed about the sitemap file, which means whenever there is a sitemap file available for a website, it is easy for the search engine spider to figure out all the URLs, crawl and index the content inside the website. Okay, user agent asterisk is allowed. Now, when a website comes and checks a website, I mean, a search engine spider comes and checks a website, it will look for a search engine, robots.txt file for the first time. Okay, if the robots.txt file allows the search engine spider to crawl and index the content, the next thing it will look forward to is the sitemap file. Now, what if we give the sitemap file here itself? Okay, so if you give this now disallow, then it will not be allowed. But if you give this one as allow colon forward slash, and if you type as sitemap colon, and you have to enter the sitemap file of the whole website. Okay, whole website you need to give us a sitemap like sitemap.xml. Okay, now what happens? So this is my sitemap file. Now every search engine spider is allowed to crawl and index the content. Okay, and to help your task easier, this is the sitemap URL. So sitemap URL is also given. Now once this is given, what happens? The search engine spider will come, check the robots.txt file, it will take the sitemap file, it will open the sitemap file and see the last modified date, and whichever the content has a last modified date, that update will be taken and automatically those website or the URL will be updated and the search engine spider will move on to crawl and index the another website. Okay, like this you can go ahead and check the robots.txt file for any website. So this is google.com. If you want to see the robots.txt file of google.com, simply go visit their website and type robots.txt at the end and hit enter. Okay, now this is the robots.txt file for Google. So all the conditions mentioned below are applicable, which means user hyphen agent asterisk. No search engine spider should crawl the search page of Google. Google.com forward slash search should not be indexed. Now what happens? You go to Google, okay, and put a site colon operator, site colon operator, okay, and try typing google.com https colon www google.com /search, because this is what they have added as a disolo command /search. So google.com/search. Now when I hit enter, okay, /search, you know, if you see, there are website indexed with the URL of google.com/search, but /search, and there are other values after that. See how tech works, about video algorithm, but the exact page of this URL, exact this search is not available. Okay, so it is not allowed. Anything after that can be allowed. Okay, but this URL is not inside Google. If you see, okay, look at this URL and see, this is not available. Okay, at the same time, okay, once you go over and see, it will allow all the pages like search about, so it is allowed. So every search engine spider, you are allowed to index the search about, search static, search how tech works. See, they have allowed all this. Okay, by this condition, all the page with the search option will be disallowed, but they have made it exclusive like search about, static, and how search works. So these are allowed. See how search works. Look at this one. The first link is that one, but let me go and check it here. Okay, /search and how search works. If you see, okay, so it is available. Okay, but the problem is only the search page is not allowed. The same way, there are lots of dissolve command being used. Index.html, google.com/index.html is not allowed. Okay, so when I go here and see, okay, so index.html and hit enter, see, this is not available. It is not inside Google. So you can define the condition on which page to be crawled, indexed, and other stuff. This is with respect to google.com. With respect to facebook.com.txt, you can study this. Okay, now they have lots of commands, and also, so user agent, they have given a definition for different spider. For applebot, these conditions are not allowed. For Baidu, these conditions are not allowed. Okay, Baidu. In the same way, they have given the different conditions for different spiders. For Google image, okay, it depends on each and every person. Okay, it's very sensitive. Okay, if you don't use it the right way, automatically the robots.txt file, okay, will harm your website. Think of a website like Amazon. What if the person has entered this command as user agent asterisk allow, instead of this he forgot and he added disallow, right, and updates? Now what will happen? Come on, man, all the millions of products from Amazon.com will be removed from all the search engine spider in the world, and we have to find it and fix it. So it is very sensitive. Okay, so we need to make sure that we use this robots.txt file very carefully and sensitively. Okay, we can see a live demonstration of this one on how do you edit this, and we can go ahead closing this topic. Okay, basically you can go to your content management system. Okay, this is the content management system that I use, blogger.com, and I visit my robots.txt file, amudhakumar.com/robots.txt. Okay, so this is the file I have. So where do I need to go and edit it? Oh, spelling mistake, sorry. Okay, so this is the file I have. So I can go to my content management system. Okay, and I choose my website of Amudhakumar online digital marketing training. Okay, I can go here and I go to my settings option. Okay, under the settings I'll be having an option under robots. Okay, if you see, enable custom robots.txt file, if I click on this, it will be disabled. If I want this, it will be enabled. Okay, that is my choice. Okay, now custom robots.txt file, I click on this, I can edit this. Look at this one, user agent, media partner, disallow. Okay, that is default given by Google. Remember, you don't need to define your robots.txt with respect to Google because Google will automatically define it. You don't need to do it. But still, if you want, you can go out and edit it. User agent, allow colon, disallow colon, search and all the stuff. Okay, I have several results here. Sitemap is also given. Okay, now my website is allowed to be crawled by any search engine spider. Okay, I'm going to show you a demo of generating the sitemap file. Okay, sitemap generator tool. I'm going to search online because the sitemap will be generated by a spider, automatic spider. When I go out and click on this start button, it will automatically go open amudhakumar.com and try to access the robots.txt file, and the robots.txt file is allowing this spider. The reason because user agent asterisk allow colon forward slash, which means any search engine spider will be allowed to crawl my website. So this spider, which is designed to go check all the link inside my website, is allowed to go ahead and crawl and index the website. Now if you see, it is going and checking all the link inside my website. Can you see? So it is allowed. So any search engine spider will be allowed to crawl and index my website content, basically. Okay. So there are only small pages, so it will be crawled very easily. Now this is done. Okay. Now if you see, it has checked all the links inside my website, and if you look into the sitemap data, you will see all the URLs here. Okay, showing all the URLs here. How it can collect all this data? Because I allowed this website, this particular spider. I don't remember the name of the spider. That's the reason my robots.txt file says allow asterisk allow colon forward slash user agent asterisk allow colon. This command will allow any search engine spider to come and crawl and index my content, basically. Now I do not want to show my website to any other search engine spider. What I need to do? Simply instead of allow colon, okay, if you make it disallow colon forward slash, that's it. Gone. Look at this one. The user agent asterisk is having allow colon. That is a old command. Once I go out and reload this, this becomes disallow colon. Can you see here? Disallow colon. Now my user agent asterisk disallow colon says whether you are Google, Yahoo, Bing, Yandex, DuckDuckGo, whomsoever you may be, you are not allowed to crawl my website. Now what happens? Once I go to the same website of XML sitemap and try to generate the sitemap file for this one. Just now you saw that it was generating. Now when I go enter the same website and click on start, it is trying to check my website. Now you see the timing is 1 second remaining. They scanned only one page and that too robots.txt file, and no content were queued and nothing was there. Now if you see view sitemap details, no sitemap will be generated, no links is generated. The reason because the search engine spider is blocked by the robots.txt file. See here, processing time 00 second, pages index nothing. They checked only one page, that is nothing but the robots.txt file, and no page, no content found. Okay, why no page, no content found? The reason because I have told the robots.txt file in such a way that disallow my website. So when it becomes disallowed, no search engine spider can come crawl my website and open it. So I won't get organic results. Nobody will be coming and visiting my website. So this is basically disallow command. Okay. Now when the robots.txt file says disallow asterisk for every search engine spider, no search engine spider can come and crawl the website. But whereas once you go over and make it allow colon forward slash, you save this now. Now you check out the robots.txt file. It is changed to allow colon. Okay. Now you can go to the sitemap generator file website and try to generate a sitemap. Okay. Now it has checked and queued 19 pages here. Okay. So the condition that is defined inside your robots.txt file is very simple, okay, but very careful. Okay, you need to be very careful. If we don't use it the right way, it will harm our own website. So it's all about robots.txt file.